now live at last. Right, just a quick discussion I just want to have with the gaming community about 2018, the predictions that we're possibly going to be having at E3 this year for Microsoft with the Xbox and also Sony with the PlayStation 4. Maybe Nintendo, but I don't know. I don't really watch E3 for Nintendo, so even if they attend, maybe they do. Don't know. Right, so far this year what we've had is Sea of Thieves for the Xbox, and to be fair, not really the best game in the world, was it? Let's admit it, fans. If you're an Xbox fan, if you're a PlayStation fan, you're going to hate it anyway, because that's just what you do. Xbox fans aren't really loving it. It's okay as a friendly experience, if you get what I mean. Just play it with your own friends who you know quite well. You can't play with randoms. It's about the moment-to-moment gameplay and the fun and antics that you can have in that game, but it's not really it's a Twitch-friendly, Mixer-friendly, YouTube, whatever. People love that kind of stuff, and they can just interact with the audience and have fun. We've had that this year. I mean, considering what Microsoft brought last year to the table, which wasn't a fat lot really, was it? To be fair, we had Halo Wars 2. Yeah, we had that at the start of the year. We had Cuphead, which that was a decent game. That was very like old schoolish platformery kind of game. Got a lot of critical acclaim, and I did actually like that game. It was pretty damn good. What else did we have? What else did we have for the Xbox? I don't really recall a lot for the Xbox last year, to be fair. Forza Horizon 3 expansions, maybe? Halo Wars 2 expansions, maybe? Gears maps? Yeah, it was just expansions and maps and stuff. Anyway, PlayStation looked to have a very good year last year. Although I didn't really buy into everything that it had, because I'm not really a massive fan of loads of the franchises. But this year, 2018, so far, I mean, we're going to have Detroit Become Human, which I believe is a David Cage game. Is it David Cage? I think that's his name. So I'm just quickly looking at my phone just to see what the lineup is, because I don't really pay massive attention to everything. I think it's David Cage who makes the game. Yeah, he's French. I didn't know he was a frog. No way. David de Grotola, known by his pseudonym David Cage, French video game designer, writer and musician. Ooh, must have a band. And there you go. If you can just about make that out. Where's my camera? Detroit Become Human. That's coming out this year. He also made Beyond Two Souls. Never played that. Played Heavy Rain, very good game, and I did actually play that game there, Fahrenheit, on the original Xbox. That was good. I did actually really like that. And then he's got Detroit Become Human coming out this year. Where's the date? Let's have a look. Does it tell me? Sorry about this, people. 25th of May. So that's next month. We're now in April, just at the start of April, and already 20th of April, UK this is, 20th of April, we've got God of War. Never really been into, pardon me, the God of War franchises, because they're hack and slash games, and I do feel that there are other games in that genre itself that have done it better. The hack and slash, maybe a little bit more hardcore. I mean, I like the Surge. The Surge is a good game. The Dark Souls games, never really played them. Today, I actually went and traded some video games in. Went down to Game, took a day off work, went down to Game in the UK, and I traded in a few games. One of them, actually two of them, were exclusives to two systems. One of them was from on Nintendo Switch, and that game was Zelda. Now, before I get any hate for this, I'm not really a massive fan of that particular Zelda. I like the old ones. The old ones are good. I really did like the old ones on the 64, on the SNES. Played a couple on the NES. They weren't brilliant because they're just old school top-down things like that. Not really a massive fan. The world felt very empty. There's a game that does feel full as an open world game. There's lots of open world games that are out there now, you know. They're 10 a penny nowadays. We've got tons of them. But to do an open world game and to do it right, things like GTA 5, that, yeah, everything in that whole world is just perfection. That game is just brilliant. From the moment to moment stuff that happens, the random events that just take place, the radio stations that come on, everything about that game. That is how you do an open world game. And Rockstar this year, they're bringing out Red Dead Redemption 2, which will be another surefire hit, guaranteed to literally be Game of the Year this year. I mean, you've got PlayStation fans saying it's going to be God of War. A lot of other fans are saying it's going to be Red Dead Redemption 2, but what do you guys think? I don't know. Me personally, I think it will be Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm not really a massive fan of God of War, because I did have God of War 3 remastered on the Ps4. Played it, put a decent amount of hours in, just not really a fan. So there's that. I think that's what I meant earlier, not Yakuza. Anyway, tried Yakuza, 10-12 hours. Didn't really click with me. It was okay, not fantastic, not this brilliant game that everybody was telling me it was going to be. Also the same with the God of War. I'd never really played a God of War game because it didn't pique my interest, so I tried one. Tried the remastered number 3, probably not the best place to start, number 3 in the story, but it was the only one available to me because I don't own a PS3 anymore. So I tried it out on the PS4 Pro. Not really a fan. Did the opening 2 or 3 missions, I think it was. It's just something just didn't click with me. Anyway, back to Zelda. Yeah, traded Zelda in. Sorry about this. Just not used to doing this kind of video. I don't really have a script. It's just all straight off the top of the noggin. Outworld games. Zelda. Yeah, traded it because for me, I can play it better on that there. It's great having it in the handheld mode. Absolutely brilliant having it in that, but the handheld nature of the Switch just makes me want to play quick impact games. You know, I just want to have 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, half hour. I don't want to sit there for like 3 hours playing Zelda, if the battery permitted you. I don't want to spend 3 hours playing Zelda when I prefer to sit back in. I mean, my Switch is in the living room. This is my gaming room here. And I take the Switch to work so I can play, play at dinner time. Me and a couple of friends, we play Mario Kart together at dinner times. And that, for me, is where the Switch is best. It's that social, quick fun, bang. Yeah, you just want to play it quickly. Zelda, it's too... I mean, there are fans out there that are going to love it. It's what they want, what they want to play on. But if you're a multiple system owner like myself, I've got PC, PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, and I've got Switch. Got all those systems, there's certain things you do on each system. Like my Xbox One X is a lot of my mainstay because I play a lot of my social games on there. Ghost Recon, Division, Gears of War. I will play social games on there, but I play in co-op with friends, and that's my machine for that. PS4 Pro, today I've picked up this, I don't know whether you can see it, Uncharted The Lost Legacy. And if we go into the connection again, I thought this is probably going to murder me, but I've never played it, so I thought I'd get that. I picked that up today as well, Bloodborne. Also picked up the Wipeout Omega Collection, and I picked up this Uncharted Lost Legacy on disc. Traded in Yakuza off the PS4 because not really a fan of it, like I say. Traded in a few other little games. Traded in No Man's Sky as well on PS4. That game gets a lot of hate, but I liked it. Go figure, eh? Opinions. A lot of people hated the game, No Man's Sky. I liked it. So there you go. The reason I got rid of it is because of the news recently, the last couple of days, is that we're going to get it on the Xbox One X and it's going to have enhancements. So to me, and I prefer the controller for first-person games on the Xbox. So for me, that's where I'll play it. Later on in the year, after Detroit Become Human and then God of War, we should be having, in about June, July-ish, maybe a Spider-Man game coming out. Insomniac Games make that, and they make Ratchet and Clank. Now that is an awesome game on the PS4, especially if you see it on the PS4 Pro. It looks absolutely stunning on the PS4 Pro. Spider-Man is literally that, and Red Dead Redemption 2 are my two main favourite games for this year that are most anticipated. They're the ones that I really, really want. But on the Xbox side, we've got another one of my favourite franchises, Crackdown. Now, people didn't like number 2. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't as good as number 1. And people weren't really feeling this video, the gameplay videos that came out end of last year, middle to end of last year, with the gameplay that when they were showing like people that didn't really know about video games trying to play this game. I mean, for all the good that Microsoft try and do, they can't get the messaging right. It's just all over the place. They don't know who they want to sell to. They don't know what their system is. I mean, people used to call it the shooter box because it was all about, like, you know, the online side, which is, you know, where I cut my teeth on online, was on the Xbox 360. I didn't really play online before that because it didn't really interest me on the original Xbox when I owned that. But then the 360, that's where, you know, we had the Call of Duty 4, Rainbow Six, Vegas, the original Gears of War, those, and Saints Row as well, the first one that was co-op game. Or was it co-op? Might have been co-op and multiplayer, but those games, originally when that 360 came out, that was like, yes, this is the system for this. And then I got a PS3, I think, not too long after that. I had a tax rebate from work, so I bought my PS3. And I think the main game I bought that for originally was Motorstorm. Yeah, Motorstorm was the game, because it just looked great to me. I was like, yeah, I've got to get my hands on one of these, and I thought, oh, tax rebate, I'll have a look. So I got that, and that was my first real interest in the PlayStation brand, to be fair, because originally my brother, he was a big PlayStation fan. He's not now, he's a big Xbox fan now. He hasn't got as much money as me, so he doesn't buy all the systems like myself. So the only reason I buy all the systems is because I like each system has its own things that are good for it. Like, you know, you got your Xbox, which for me personally is great for online, it's great for social, you know, and the X now itself is great for like all those third-party games that are coming out. And if you want the best version, apart from PC, if you want the best version on a console, sit down, bang, stick it on. Gaming straight away. Console, yeah, Xbox One X is great for that. Ps4 Pro is absolutely great for exclusive games. I mean, I've enjoyed Horizon Zero Dawn. I've put about 95 hours into that. I bought the DLC for it today. Ratchet and Clank, fantastic game. Yakuza, not for me. God of War, the originals, not for me. No Man's Sky, I did really enjoy that game on it, although I couldn't really get on. I can't really get on with the pad as much as I can an Xbox pad with first-person type games. That's why, and I don't use my PlayStation for online at all. It's literally just my offline console that just, it is connected to the net, but it's purely, everything's on disc. Yeah, so once we get Spider-Man later in the year, I wonder what else Sony are going to be thinking about bringing out. Will it be more DLC for God of War, maybe, at the end of the year? Another Horizon Zero Dawn DLC, perhaps? That would be interesting if they could do something different with that. Or maybe an announcement or a teaser for Horizon Zero Dawn 2, because this gen so far, I've had two brand new franchises that have come to one to each system that have been fantastic. First one, Sunset Overdrive by Insomniac. That was an absolutely great game. It's just a shame that it didn't really meet the expectations for sales figures, because we could have had a sequel by now. I mean, come on, that game is just awesome. I guarantee if that had been multi-platform, that game would have just took the world by storm, because it's just one of those games that's just all out, just pure fun. So that has been one of my favourite franchises. And then the second one has been Horizon Zero Dawn, because it's sci-fi. It was mysterious. When I first seen the trailer, I was like, yeah, that is definitely something that I want to play. So, anyway, getting back to the subject of what do we think Microsoft are going to bring to E3 this year? What games will they bring? What will they announce that will start another fanboy war, perhaps? Well, not start, because it's already well and truly going now, this fanboy war. I don't get it myself. It baffles me as to why people want to sit there and white knight argue try and convince somebody else that their system, games, etc., etc., is better than the others. It's all subjective at the end of the day. If you want to believe that your system is the best, fair play to you, but you don't have to go across the internet insulting people, calling them all sorts of homophobic, racist, sexist, ageist kind of things. It's just vile, absolute vileness. I don't get where we've got to as a society where somebody's hobby, shared hobby, just because you do it in a different, you know, on a different plastic box, I don't get where the hatred comes from. Yeah, it's alright having a bit of brand loyalty. I mean, come on. I mean, I like Adidas trainers, yeah. But I don't go across anybody who reviews Nike trainers, slagging them all off. I love hip hop. I don't like rock music. I don't like, you know, I don't go across AC/DC, Megadeth, or whatever other rock bands or metal bands, whatever. I don't like that kind of music. I don't go across those videos slagging them off, telling them how rubbish their music is and mine's better for X amount of reasons. It's just not something that crosses my mind, so I don't get where the whole fanboy thing comes from. It's alright to love a brand, yeah, I like this, it's really good, I'm enjoying this, but to go to the next level up and start attacking other people purely for the only reason that you think yours is better than the others, which is obviously purely subjective anyway. Doesn't matter about sales figures, doesn't matter about Metacritic scores for games and this, that and the other. Everything is purely subjective. If you like a game, great, it's for you. If you don't like a game, it's not for you. It really is exactly that simple. It doesn't have to be rocket science. It doesn't have to be arguments. People ranting on about why they think the Xbox is crap. People ranting on about why they think the PlayStation's not for the players. It doesn't make any sense. You're never going to change any other... If you're a fanboy of one system, you're not going to change the opposition's fanboy mentality by you ranting and calling them names, and it's never going to happen. They like their system, you like your system. Leave it at that. It's as simple as that, really. But that aside, I'd just like to know what Sony are going to bring as well. Microsoft, what can they bring this year? We're going to have Crackdown 3, we're going to have State of Decay 2, which does look good. I've got that pre-order already. We've had Sea of Thieves already, but maybe a Forza Horizon 4 set in Japan, I've heard. We'll have that maybe later in the year, but what else? And then Sony, they've got Days Gone being pushed back till next year, which I'm pretty gutted about because I did like that. We've got Spider-Man, David Cage's Detroit Become Human, and also God of War. What else are they going to bring? We've pretty much seen a lot of what Nintendo are going to bring, but what are we going to get from Sony, and what are we going to get from Microsoft? Leave your comments down below, please. Like, comment, subscribe, all that nonsense. Thanks very much for watching.